Hello and welcome everybody back once again to another TRACKILICIOUS Friends and Family Swap event. Tonight, a little something different as we are going to rush this intro quite a lot, but I am joined tonight by Saagar, Bakshi, and Saagar. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this fine event here tonight?
This is going to be an in real life swap, no driver swaps through the pit stop cycle, except for actually swapping your derriere with a sibling, parent, friend, or someone newish to sim racing. We're going to have a 60-minute practice that just concluded. No qualification, 40-minute race, 10 minutes for your spouse, sibling, parent, or friend, 20 minutes for the experienced driver, and then 10 minutes for your spouse, sibling, parent, or friend again, and then headed to the race end. And the swaps are all done in real life only. No driver swaps of any kind over the interwebs.
Exactly. So a little something different here for the fine folks that are joining us here tonight. We do have driver swaps, but not quite. So it'll be a little different. And we'll see some amateurs out on track. We're going to see some crashes. And let's get down to the action, shall we? Head down onto the outlap for these drivers now, as it's going to be the Red Bull Ring. We have a bit of a tough track, Saagar, if you're asking me, for the amateurs to be driving around, but you can see here all of the lovely team names that we have, so there was no qualifying, so it's all about the order. There is Potts Weaver and his wife on the car. However, he's not driving with his wife, he's driving with his stepson, it's out there, and Jackson. So let's see, does he have a picture on the car? I'm assuming he does, honestly, somewhere. No, just the wife and kids, and of course, the dog with the bow tie. You love to see it. Moving back a little further, we have Bronson Turner here, who is driving with, of course, they didn't go for the team names, and they didn't at me in Discord, so I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure who they're driving with. Kraus driving with Anna, their girlfriend. We have Spencer Braun driving with Teresa, their wife. Ryan Cody driving with Nate, a good buddy of his. And throughout the rest of the grid, Tim Novak driving with his mother. That's awesome. We'd love to see that. Tamar Novak. And we'll have to figure that one out. Don Donovan, Megan, his partner. We also have Eric driving with his wife, Lisa, in the Practice Safe Apex's car. Justin Beachley in with Ronnie, his girlfriend. Kyle Hirsch with Sam, his wife. Lily Chambers out on track by themselves. The GT4s are all lonesome, Saagar. I don't have any time to give you to talk either because we have to get racing here for a very, very rushed start to this one. But let's get into it here tonight, folks. It's 2x2 Noah's Ark formation for these drivers. Expect the unexpected and mostly expect a couple crashes here as we get ready. Scott Sullivan and Chronotis on pole, but we're really only worried about the GT3 cars tonight. Pay no mind to the GT4s. Green, and Potts, Weaver, or Jackson here. A little late on the accelerator, eased onto it there. Kraus in the background with Anna behind the wheel, bumping and banging in a straight line. You never want to see that. And it's deep for the Ferrari, flying off into the circuit, racking up the frequent flyer miles. That's Sam, unfortunately, in the Ferrari. Potts Jackson off as well. Nate struggling here to get the car spun back round. Lisa, though, off to a commanding start, but the real talk of the town right now is Anna leading the GT. No, battling for the lead with the Bronson Turners.
An amazing start to this race. We knew that there was going to be some turn one action going down, but I didn't expect to see a flying Ferrari come down the main straight and go over the sausage curb. So that was quite interesting. And the battles are still going to rage on for the next 9 minutes and 6 seconds. And there's one. The Aston Martin looks to the inside of the 375. That'll be Anna holding on to that outside line, not getting Lando Norris one bit. Doesn't look very intimidated and actually moving over really well to the racing line and using all the track space that they're allowed to use. And I'm excited to see what the pace is going to look like between these drivers. And there's Megan going a little side by side there with the number 7, Spencer Braun's partner. And it looks like everybody escaped with their lives. That'll be Teresa driving the number 7 right now next to Spencer Braun.
And look at okay, take that back. I was going to say Bronson Turner's other here is doing significantly well, overtaking. Oh, goodness, Anna's busted the polystyrene wide open here and also is a little facing the wrong direction. Lily Chambers gets by. So does Lisa, who clearly has been practicing safe apexes, no doubt. Spencer Braun's other, Teresa, going deep and off the track. No mid-air time this time round, but a spin back to the circuit and clips Lily Chambers. No, that's Megan, unfortunately, innocently drawn into that contact. and through Spencer Braun's other Teresa back onto circuit.
And that might not actually be Lisa driving that car. I bet it's just Eric Akasian with a wig on right now as he drives around the Nissan GTR, because he's awfully good and he's pulling off some good pace. And just as I say that, he checks up to try to prove me wrong, Eric the Boss Gakasian, or Mrs. Gakasian checking up there, coming through Remus and getting caught up on the sausage curb, doing a little 50-50 grind for us.
Oh, and deep from Teresa, side-by-side action through the long right-hander of Schlossgold. Teresa takes the lead of the race away from Lisa, but Lisa's not done yet in the big old Nissan GTR. You gotta give credit where credit's due. Again, practicing safe apexes left and right here. Discretion being the better part of valor, but through the mid-sectors, Lisa looking awfully aggressive on the back of this Ferrari like a new license plate. Round the outside. Switchback attempt there. Lisa, though, unfortunately, a bit of the tail wagging the dog there, and the car gaining a bit too much sideways momentum rather than forward.
How many of these drivers, let's call them professional drivers or the sim racers, how many of them do you think are lurking over their partner's shoulder and telling them what to do? And how annoying do you think that is to these drivers right now? Or do you think they're being left at peace?
Left at peace would be an overstatement, but I guarantee you there's a lot of shut-ups going on right now, if I had to guess. Anna, look at that. Telling, oh goodness, and, well, okay, I guess the pieces are crumbling here. We got two Ferraris parked on pit exit. Hate to break it to you guys, you can't park there. Thankfully, there, Bronson Turner's other makes it through. Oh, goodness, Anna onto circuit. A little dangerous, but Anna, no issues here. Gotta say, Krause's girlfriend handling it quite well. Let's go back a bit further. We haven't checked in on Sam or Nate recently, and they're having a bit of a ding-dong battle right now, and it's a ding-dong into the back bumper there from Ryan's friend Nate, and Sam getting the hurry up on there a little bit.
Yeah, Kyle Hirsch's wife, Sam Hirsch, getting the hurry up through turn one. That was a little bit of a bump, but not a bump and run, so nice to see that go down. And there's Ronnie going a little bit wide at Remus, headed over the sausage curve, but no time to be gained there. And there in front of Spencer Braun's partner in that number 7 car. That Ferrari is doing pretty well, and it looks like a lot of the drivers are keeping it as clean as they possibly can until they cannot. And there goes Professor Kenotis past the mother of Tamara Novak, the Hutmaker.
I have a feeling that, I wonder if that's their name. I'm curious. No, Tamar, are you in chat? I need to know. But either way, the Hutmaker, the mother of Tamar Novak, a little deep here this time around, wrestling the AMG and trying to get her back onto circuit. Jackson here, consistently plugging away laps right now, hasn't made too many issues recently, but about 13 seconds off the back of Nate. Nate and Kyle here, still opportunities to fight it out. By the way, whilst we were talking, Lisa retook the lead. That was mainly because of the, I think, crash that we saw earlier that has placed Krause's other Anna quite a bit further down the field. That mustache on the car, while it's a fine mustache with the googly eyes, we're trying to see side by side right now between Megan and Anna. Anna down to the inside, has the racing line, needs to get on the brakes in time though, and that's not quite gonna do it. A little deep there, focusing more on the car next to you than the braking zone, Saagar. That's never a recipe for success. However, this time Anna got it done.
Yeah, still holding on to the lead of this battle right now in front of Don Donovan's partner in the 333. Doing a good job of keeping this one mostly on track. There's not a ton of runoff here at the Red Bull Ring, so managing to keep it on track is the most important thing. I'm surprised we haven't seen any more offs than we actually have seen, and this makes sense why we haven't gone to a track like Watkins Glen, because there is no runoff at the Glen, and the punishment would be pretty steep for the drivers.
Oh, no, Nate. What a save. Oh boy, Nate's thoroughly testing the structural fortitude of his trousers right now, because that was a brown pants moment if I've ever seen one. He nearly took out. Sam Hirsch. Sam, unfortunately, overcooks it. Maybe a little too much focus on the rear view mirror. The distractions getting the best of her, but Nate has a calm head on his shoulders. He continues out on circuit, while Bronson Turner's other continues to plug along here. Megan also in 6th, but the battle potentially here between Anna and Lily Chambers is on the hand here. Some GT3 versus GT4, Saagar.
This is going to be pretty exciting to see if Lily Chambers, driving all by herself tonight, will be able to contend with some of the GT3 amateur drivers that are out there tonight. And it looks like Anna got the move done and dusted around Lily Chambers at Remus, and is doing a good job drive this one forward. Decent job from everybody.
I want to go on board here a moment with Lisa, as she has been on the ball. Eric, even in chat here, giving his wife some props, because Lisa, I don't think, has too much experience behind the wheel of a sim racing machine, despite the fact that Eric runs the Trackalicious community. Lisa, she stays on the outside of it, not too interested on the sim racing, but Eric has dragged her over to the rig and managed to get her behind the wheel, and look at what she can manage here. This is calm, consistent lap times, easy on the accelerator. You don't see her just slamming on the throttle, spinning the car around, but the one thing you do see right in the rear view mirror is a battle for this lead, and Anna is a woman on a mission right now. Oh, goodness. The mission, unfortunately, is into the back bumper of Lisa. Lisa's been driving so consistently, so well. This, Saagar, I have a feeling, is going to make her see a bit of red in her eyes. And with this, though, she only has one more lap before she has to come into pit lane to make their one driver change stop this time.
Super unfortunate for Lisa Gagosian to get caught up in an incident like that, but 'tis the nature of the IRL friends and family swap, and that's just the nature of the beast here. And who inherited the lead of the race now?
Anna.
Who's in P3? That'll be Anna in P3.
Yeah, Anna sort of said, hold my beer, slammed into the back of Lisa, and took the lead like she took the change out of Lisa's purse. So Anna, a bit of an aggressive start here, at least an aggressive end to her stint, but nonetheless, she will be ending the stint in the lead of this race, assuming all things go well on this lap.
Yeah, and that's a big if. Getting to the end of the lap will be very important, and if they can make it to the end, and all the drivers got to remember to slow down for the pit entry, and that'll be awfully telling to see who's practiced their pit stops and who has decided to not practice their pit stops.
That's a really good point, Saagar. I hope we don't see any DNFs, or I hope we have a live steward on hand here. We'll take a look. We'll follow along with Anna to see exactly how it's going to go. She needs to be very conservative into pit lane. Look at that. You can already see her telegraphing the way in. She'll have a GT4 as well ahead of her to give her a bit of a benchmarker for the pace that she'll need. So, getting the car slowed down, no doubt. Kraus is going to be screaming in her ear, slow down, slow down, slow down. And she does. Got the pit limiter on already, using that manual pit limiter, it looks like, and making sure, wow, this is a... everyone being very... the pit entry line, I don't think is for a while yet, but there it is, right there. So everyone extremely safe into pit lane, no overtaking, no Fernando Alonso, or who was it? It wasn't Fernando, was it? No, it was Sebastian Vettel onto Alonso, wasn't it?
You've got me beat, Mike Nause. I don't remember the incident that you're referring to.
Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Sebastian Vettel around the outside of pit lane in China. Who was that? Who did he go? Was it Hamilton? Someone let me know. Someone knows what I'm talking about in chat.
No one knows what you're talking about, Mike Nause.
No, they do. Someone does. Someone does. Battle for the lead here on the pit exit for the GT4s. I said we don't really care about the GT4s, but I mean, why not? Alex Freeman, though, does need a pit.
Oh, Alex Freeman has not taken his second pit stop yet, or his first pit stop yet. Must have not gotten the memo of the race so far, or
well, no,
maybe flying a different strategy.
I don't think he fulfilled the pit requirements. He's been down pit lane. He was... I think he made a pit stop this lap, but he was only stationary for 27 seconds. What are the requirements here? Did he not get that correct, I wonder, for the stationary time? I
It
don't
must be tired, maybe.
know. Yeah, it must be. I think that whatever it was, he went down pit lane, so he just didn't fulfill requirements, to my knowledge.
I'm seeing a lot of 30-second stops. I mean, obviously that has to do with damage, but even the GT4s spotting around 32 seconds to 40 seconds and a 35-second pit stop. So I imagine that's due to getting a new set of boots and repairing some damage from those cars.
Yes, yeah, that more than likely. It's going to be a minimum of 30 seconds. And actually, we already see Alex Freeman peeling in because he has to make his pit requirements. I'm not sure. This isn't the stewarded race, so it's not going to be the be-all, end-all. But there's some drivers that are still in pit lane here. We see Justin Beachley, a very long stop, but back moving now. And Beachley will be behind the wheel. So everyone that has just pit, and we're wondering what happened. Now, we have the regular namesake drivers behind the wheel. We get to have the others. They have a chance to cool off. Welcome others in chat. I hope you all are watching, and I hope you guys had fun on your first stints as well. Gotta say, Lisa, if you're watching, great job. Also, we had, of course, Anna. Stellar stint. Aggressive one, no doubt, but you finished it in first position, so credit where credit's due. But everyone doing a great job out there. Megan, Sam, as well as Nate and Teresa. Everyone. Of course, and the mother. Tamara's mother as well. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen a slew of different people becoming the alternate drivers here tonight, from friends, close friends, I should say, mothers, spouses, girlfriends. The variety has been quite endless, which is making for a very exciting race here tonight.
Absolutely is. Here's Alex Freeman coming out of pit lane, and it'll be pretty darn close to Kraus. Lily Chambers about 7 seconds up the road, give or take. Alex Freeman should be able to catch Lily. I think the pace differential right now, Lily Chambers has some experience around this track, I think, where you had the Red Bull Ring. When did we race Red Bull Ring? We just raced Red Bull Ring, didn't we? What did we just do?
We did just race Red Bull Ring. Was it Sunday? I believe it was Sunday.
Okay, then maybe Lily Chambers didn't have the experience then. I think Lily was in the GT4 championship. So a little different, but wheeling and dealing in the Starlight Racing. This is a GT3 car coming behind. That's Potts Weaver running in 12th. So he's making some overtakes. They're making lap time back up. Great job to Potts' stepson Jackson as well. Consistently plugged some times away. Handed it back over to Potts. And now he gets to go and have a bit of a time himself. He'll be out there for about 20 minutes. And then around that 10-minute mark, the AMs will go back to finish it out.
And it'll be an exciting remaining 10 minutes of the race to see who will come out on top. Of course, the points don't matter. They're all imaginary anyways, but it'll still be exciting to see who's going to come out on top. And there's Kraus going next to Lily Chambers, getting the move done. I thought that was going to be an incident waiting to happen, but no, the professional driver of Kraus being able to pull off a pretty good job now.
Yeah, more on to Lily, I would say, for that one, to be completely honest. Lily doing a great job as a back marker there, as a blue flag. She knows it's a GT3 versus GT4. There's no reason to fight it. Just hold your line. Don't make any unpredictable moves and let Kraus do the hard work. And that's exactly what she did. Held that racing line, allowed the faster car to make the overtake. That is a textbook blue flag procedure. Not quite a textbook apex. We'll take the camera off of Lily here because we got a bit of battle brewing on here between Don Donovan as well as Bronson Turner.
Bronson Turner in front of Don Donovan, and Don Donovan is a regular at the DRL, the Degenerate Racing League, and it's great to see him out here with Megan, his partner, out tonight. And they're doing a good job of providing us with an epic battle. The 333 chasing down the 81 McLaren out in front, and we're headed into Rent next. And then it'll be the Red Bull Mobile, and it looks like Don Donovan is using as much of the track limits that he possibly can, and he is egregiously using those track limits, pushing out as far and as wide as he can. And it'll be a drag race coming in towards turn one. Will the 333 make a look towards the inside line? No, not on this occasion. Forces the 81 to cover it off a little bit, but this is going to be another race down towards turn two. I think Don Donovan in that 333 might have the run that he needs to get along side by side coming in through turn 2 and on our way through Remus. It'll be who's got the overlap covered. And it looks like that 333 of Don Donovan has got the move done on the number 81 of Turner.
Commanding pace there from Donovan, and a great setup as well. That move to the first corner, you saw him kind of make the likes of Turner to think about a defense, but rather than that, Don Donovan just lifted off of the his accelerator and allowed the overtake to happen in the next corner, where it's a lot easier to do, and with superior pace and superior brakes, made that stick like glue. We do have in chat Miss TRACKILICIOUS, and she seems to be sweating a little bit. Fair enough. Hey, look, this is why, you know, we love to share a little bit of our passion with the likes of the significant others, the friends, the family, maybe some of those that don't know just how much effort it takes to put into a sim wheel. And on top of that, of course, having to battle side by side, watching you battle along with Anna was quite entertaining until, you know, the minor contact that was no fault of your own, Lisa, let's be honest. That was definitely on Hannah. No stewards, though, for this one, so I think she'll get away with that, unfortunately. But, or fortunately, again, we're not here about penalizing. We're here about learning and having some fun. But it certainly was an entertaining little contact, the little battle while it lasted.
For sure. And in the background, Bronson Turner was able to get past Professor Chronotis, the GT4 747 Maserati, one of the best sounding cars in Assetto Corsa Competizione. And now Turner is still within 1.1 of Donovan out in front, and trying to keep in touch with the car in front is not an easy feat. That 1.1 second gap is looking pretty good. Alex Freeman just got passed by Ryan Cody. It looks like the 20 and the 14.
Yeah, a lot of the GT3s now able to unleash their true pace. Nothing against, of course, the others, but they are not seasoned sim racers like everybody else is that had invited them along. So fair enough. The pace differential is to be expected here. And making more time up, this will allow a couple battles to develop, and then when we go back into pit lane, they'll be handing over to the others, for example, Anna or Lisa, and they'll be back at the reins trying to wrestle these cars round the circuit here of Red Bull Ring. Now, that we don't have any battles going on right now, minus the Kraus overtaking Chrono for the GT4 there, we might as well talk a little bit about this track. For anyone curious that's newer to racing and has never heard of the Red Bull Ring, this is one of, I made the mistake of saying the newest track to ACC. I lied. It was not the newest track on ACC. What's it called? Nordschleifer came in after that. But no, of course, the second newest track to ACC, and it has quite a history to it. But poses Formula One races, of course, everyone knows that watches F1, but it started its days back in 1969 as the Zitvig Airfield Circuit, and eventually was deemed unsuitable for racing because of extremely high speeds, rough surfaces, and everything else that was just wrong with that circuit, and then got built to be a more purpose-built racetrack in the Austro Ring. That was from 1970 till 95, until it eventually went bankrupt, basically, and safety concerns as well. And then the A1 Ring came out from 1996 to 2003, until eventually then it went bankrupt. That was the time. And then we had the Austrian billionaire Dietrich Mateschitz come in for Red Bull, one of the co-owners of Red Bull, and he purchased it from 2004. And ever since 2011, the circuit was officially rebranded and reopened as the Red Bull Ring, and the track that we know and we love today.
Also, the Red Bull Ring is one of the shortest tracks in Formula One on the current calendar. The track features pretty dramatic elevation changes, elevation change of around 313 feet, 65 meters, with a maximum incline of 12%. The climb in towards turn 3, Remus, is the one that has the most elevation going into it. The current lap record is a 102.9 held by Carlos Sainz, the 2020 McLaren.
And you know, that elevation that you talk about, Saagar, and all of these corners in general, allows for some really tricky overtakes in general. When it comes to watching professionals race at this track, it's truly one of the coolest racetracks to watch in terms of cars battling, because your overtakes start about 3 corners behind. Your best chance is the start in this corner here, the final, or the penultimate corner complex, really. You kind of turn those last 2 corners, not into one, but it's really one flowy corner at the end of the day. But it starts with making a little bit of a dummy. We saw that earlier, into the first corner, make your opponent overreact, and then down the long straight here at the Red Bull Ring, and that's where your opportunities come in. The dive down to Remus, you can use that slipstream, use this crucial elevation change as well, this little lip at the top of the apex, and you can really go late onto the brakes if you are careful enough, and send it around the outside. Got to be cautious though, the marbles never far away.
No, they're not too far off the racing line there. And if you go over that sausage coming through Remus, that'll really be detrimental to your race. That's for sure. Justin Beachley has another 7.5 minutes remaining in his stint before he's due to pass the car over to his partner. Ronnie will be taking over for the final 10 minutes of this race.
Yeah, just a reminder of who is with everyone again. Eric here tonight, currently behind the wheel, but Lisa, his wife, is going to be alongside of him, cheering him on as he drives around in the lead of this race, something I do not get to say too often. Eric Gakassian leading a race. You can clip that one if you want, Eric, and put that in your files of the nice things that Mike has said. I don't know. Don Donovan going into second position with Megan alongside of him. He got by Scott Sullivan there in the GT4. Bronson Turner with the Stu Tracy McLaren, and we don't know, to be fair, who the partner is with Bronson Turner, so hopefully we find that out. Anna alongside of Kraus. Anna is going to be Kraus's girlfriend. Ryan Cody alongside Nate Moore, his good friend. Chrono Solo, Justin Beachley with Ronnie. You mentioned that there, Saagar. We also have Alex Freeman, Lily Chambers. They're riding solo tonight. Spencer Braun with Teresa, his wife. He's currently behind the wheel and getting by Lily Chambers. Potts Weaver with his stepson, Jackson Barrick. We also have Tamar Novak with his mother. And we have Sam and Kyle currently running last, but certainly not least.
Ooh, a little bit of a move there from Bronson Turner next to Kraus, it looks like. Or is that? No, that won't be Kraus. That is Kraus out in front. Separated by around 0.3 of a second coming across the start-finish line. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this stint for the more seasoned sim racers. And then it'll be passed off to their partners, another side-by-side battle, including an AMG GT4. That's nothing to really squander at because we've got a GT3 battle going on right before our very own eyes.
It does look like this battle is fairly concluded, to be completely honest, barring a mistake from Kraus, until I think we see the others go behind the wheel. Kraus is flying. He's the fastest driver on track right now at a 129.1. His previous lap, a 129.5. Bronson Turner, don't get me wrong, in the Stu Tracy McLaren, he's not a slow driver by any stretch, but he's 132s compared to 129s, and with that maths, it's about a 3-second lap time a difference. You need to find a bit more pace if you're behind the wheel of the 81.
Absolutely, and this is going to be a battle when Potts Weaver ends up holding up Kraus in third place. Up ahead, the Ford Mustang not seceding that position too early on right now, and will probably back up Kraus into Bronson Turner. Here's Don Donovan in the 333 in second place, and a quick snap back to Kraus, who's chasing down the car in front, and then you can see the googly eyes. And are those glasses, or is that a mustache?
I tell you what, why don't we go? I think we're gonna be a little late now that I think about it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to. I wanted to go on the rear cam there, but we get a great side-by-side shot of Kraus running Potts Weaver out of room at the apex. Potts keeping his foot in it though. He's a blue flag right now. He doesn't care. He wants a bit of action. He wants a bit of racing. And the Ford Mustang GT3 is a rocket ship. 5.4 liters of naturally aspirated freedom versus 2.9 liters of a turbo. And it looks like the Ferrari had the advantage at the apex, but has to tuck it back behind after catching that little sausage curb. This is a lovely fight going on between the two of them, despite the fact that it isn't for position.
Great to see these guys out here fighting, and just having a good grand old time amongst themselves. Potts dipping a wheel off into the gravel, picking up some pocket sand to Kraus in the background behind. Kraus is in third place, driving the 375. And he is running around 129.7s right now, and it looks like Potts is running 130.8, so about a second in hand, but it's awfully difficult to pass here at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, especially when you take the lines that Kraus just did. Oh, he's coming into pit lane. I like it. Heck yeah. Go in a little early. Why not? Give your other a bit more time behind the wheel. No one's going to complain about that. That's for sure. I don't think anyone's going to have any issues with that. Let's go. We got our next pit phase already starting. Technically, no one has to come in just yet, but it looks like the others are ready to go right now. So Anna rearing to get behind the wheel of the car would be my assumption, and basically just, well, all right. Kraus obliges.
Great to see, and have their partners enjoy the sport that we all love and enjoy so much, that is sim racing, and give them a taste for the reality that we're in. And we've got a request for a lap with Spencer Braun after the pit stop to see his partner.
You got it. You got it. Once Spencer Braun comes into pit, we will go and check out Teresa and see how she fares around the Red Bull Ring. And I'm hoping Spencer comes in on this lap, but it's a late cut to the apex, but I think that's a racing line, yeah. So, you know, Spencer's definitely gaining as much advantage as he can. I can respect that. We're here to see the partners drive, though. We're here to see the friends, the families. We're here to see the swaps, which that gave me an idea is why the heck didn't we have a camera on Eric when they're swapping? We absolutely should have.
And that's something we could have absolutely done, that's for sure.
A little late now, but, you know, in the future, definitely we'll be doing that because that's pretty entertaining. Maybe figure out a way to do a Zoom call. We should be seeing, though, this lap, all of the drivers pitting and handing the car over to their others. And with that, of course, we've already had Potts Weaver. He's coming in. But we had Kraus, who handed the car back over to Anna. Let's check out what it's like behind the wheel for Anna. We will also get the full on board with Teresa. Oh, goodness. Anna with a tank slapper through Schlossgold. Hold your brakes. Hold your brakes. Holy smokes, got to restart the car and act like nothing happened. Perfect execution there from Anna.
Great job and great recovery there after pulling off that pirouette. Being able to recover the car and then also remembering to start the car back up was the most important thing there, and not getting involved with any other vehicles on the racing circuit. The 375 is coming through Worth now and is holding on to a pretty good drive.
Novak has not also... Wait. Did they not do the requirements on the pit stop either? No, they definitely have stopped for plenty of time. I feel like Huthmaker is behind the wheel right now, but I'm not sure. Either way, now the drivers all coming in. I think Justin Beachley still needs to come in on this lap, but Kraus and Anna will not retake the lead of this. I think Lisa and Don Donovan will be pretty much coming out fully alongside. Yeah, look at that. Bronson Turner also is going to hand the car back over on this lap more than likely, coming into pit lane. Yes, indeed. So, the stops and the swaps. It's now time. Let's focus on Anna because she's the only real one that swapped out on track right now. Actually, no, I take that back. We got Jackson. Take a look at him.
Jackson being a little cautious, coming in through what looks like Schlossgold and going off into the kitty litter, not carrying enough speed, or not shifting down, I should say, but still maintaining his track position. He's got Kraus behind, 7/10 back right now, and that'll be Miss Anna, if I'm not mistaken. And Anna's looking towards the inside line, outside check, and cannot find a way by, is trying to carry as much speed, and they almost go side by side. Anna finds herself in the kitty litter and is able to carry the speed and the momentum to get by the back marker that is Jackson.
Yeah, this is a really good example of, I think you mentioned it, is not shifting down and not going fast enough. So the difference between a lot of people wonder, what's the difference between a GT3 and a GT4? The difference being the amount of downforce they can produce as well as the amount of power that comes out of the engine. So obviously GT3s are faster. We all know that. But the thing that we don't often talk about is the big wing. You can see it's a much bigger wing, much more diffusers underneath, a lot more sticky outy bits and all the canards poking out. That means that these cars have almost a minimum speed that's required to go through corners. Oh goodness, Jackson finding the maximum speed, unfortunately, and into the barrier. But this is why GT3s, they're a lot more difficult to drive than people give them credit. And that's where the GT4s are a bit more easy, they're more mechanically inclined, rather than relying on downforce. So maybe in the future we swap the classes around and have the amateurs driving the GT4, or maybe even the M2s, I don't know, because that would certainly be a bit more manageable, I think. But to be fair, drivers managing it, no issue for the most part.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see the amateurs hop inside the BMW M2s and perhaps have the solos drive their GT3s that'd be acting like hypercars driving around the M2s, especially with the pace that some of these drivers have. And there's Jackson finding out what a barrier looks like, giving it a close inspection. I've seen a team name called the Barrier Inspectors before, and you can always imagine what they were up to at any given moment on the track, was inspecting some barriers very closely. Here's Don Donovan's partner. This will be Megan, and she is holding on to P2 right now with a 252.9. That previous lap around is a little bit slower than Lisa is doing right now, but Lisa's tiptoeing her way through around lap traffic, it looks like, and getting past the number one of Kyle Hirsch's wife. That'll be Sam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and a bit of a mix-up right now. Indeed has Sam there right behind, then also Alex Freeman in the GT4. Lisa just has to keep her head on her shoulders right now, not worry about the pressure around her. That's about the... Oh goodness, she worried about the pressure around her and she binned it all on her lonesome on camera. Lisa not practicing safe apexes this time around, unfortunately, and she's going to be kicking herself.
But still holds on to P1 for the next 7.5 seconds, because there comes Don Donovan's partner throwing down the charge. Donovan's partner will be Megan, and this will be side by side like you called it coming out of the pit stops. It looks like Megan is able to get the move done and dusted, obviously putting in the work and doing very well in that 333 right now.
Three-way fight for the lead going on right now. Megan, Lisa, and Anna all going for the top step. It's all three podium sitters pretty much within frame right now. I sense something boiling over. Lisa obviously dealing with that damage. The car is going to be a bit more not used to what she's like, but holy send from Anna. That cost Megan to have to wheel and deal that car, and she wrestled the octopus back onto the circuit. My goodness, that would have been a terrifying encounter that we just saw. In fact, let's go back 20 seconds here and check that out on board. Watch the steering inputs here for Megan. So what a save. Minimal inputs there to keep that car from spinning. But this is unfortunately where milking the cow went wrong, and a bit too much throttle there for Megan immediately allows Lisa back alongside. But I think Lisa backed out. That damage maybe a bit too much. Yellow flag ahead. We have Anna getting held up by back markers. Dramas for the lead here. It's anyone's game, quite literally, Saagar.
Absolutely. 4.5 minutes left on the clock, and then we'll have this race concluded with Lisa still doing a good job of chasing down the car in front, even despite carrying all that damage with them. Here comes Teresa, Spencer Braun's wife, up the hill through turn 2 and in through Remus, looking pretty tidy, but cooking it into the braking zone. A little late there, but plenty of runoff for them to use to be able to recollect themselves. Carrying a ton of speed through Remus now, shifting all the way up into 5th gear before coming down to Schlossgold, and hopefully getting onto the brakes right about now, slowing the car down, turning into the apex, doing very well for Teresa, Spencer Braun's partner.
Yeah, she did a great job of managing the gears and the brakes. That's one of the most difficult parts of sim racing and racing in general. If you've never driven a race car or even a car at the limit, what a lot of people make the mistake of is braking while turning. So you hit the brakes while you're still turning the wheel, and you, in theory, want to be braking in as straight of a line as humanly possible. Keep that wheel planted. Now, some corners don't fully warrant that, but that's later. Don't worry about that now. For in all intents and purposes, braking in a straight line is crucial, and there you can see Teresa doing an excellent job. Hits the brakes, bleeds off of them, starts her turn, and perfect execution. It's about finding that limit, finding where the grip lies for the car, and Teresa almost overly found it there and sent it into the wall. Thankfully, managed to keep it round. That was a great lap there from Teresa with a 137.3. Not bad. In fact, one of the fastest drivers on track. Basically, the only driver quicker right now is Anna.
Anna's doing a fantastic job holding on to P1, making overtakes front, left, right, and center. Doing a great job of driving Mr. Doodle's car around, or the googly-eyed, mustached car. I think those might be spectacles. Can we see that again, Mike?
It is a spectacle. Yes, indeed. Look at that mustache. That is a mustache. Oh, it's part of the car. I think. Maybe. No, it's not. That is part of the... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. It is a spectacle. You are right. And what a spectacle Anna's put on here tonight as well. The Kraus team, the Arellery? Oh, goodness, I shouldn't have even tried. But the monocle and top hat livery, absolutely brilliant.
Larry.
Yeah. That.
Irarly.
Yeah, you're back with the practice safe apexes of Lisa Gagosian alongside Megan, going for an overtake. Lisa hasn't really been the star of the show since she got the damage on. Was doing such a good job, and that unforced spin where just, I think, got caught looking in the wrong direction at the wrong time. And ever since then, just hasn't gotten fully to grips with the car and the damage that it has. It's lacking straight line speed, but here I think it's also just mainly lacking in commitment after the damage. Let's take a look, though. Lisa going into the braking zone a little late. Okay, no, we're fine. We're doing good. We're doing great. Mostly. Still a little late.
A little late on the brakes there, but at least it didn't result in damage between themselves and Don Donovan's partner. Don Donovan's partner being Megan again.
Megan here, just holding on. She is not worried whatsoever about the car behind, and rightfully so. Just keep your head on the tarmac ahead of you, your eyes on the prize right now, because currently she's running in P2. Lisa, though, we know how competitive this family can be. The Gagosians, they aren't here just to finish on the podium. Lisa wants more. She wants to win the race, but right now, Anna looks unstoppable. I'm going to be honest, she showed some chinks in the armor in the first half of this race. The first 10 minutes, Anna looked a little exuberant on the throttle. I'll just call it as it is. But since now, she is the quickest driver on track without a question. 134.5. No one is even close. Not even the battle pack behind. 136 is actually the next closest from Sam, currently sitting down in 12th. So Anna is currently cooking. My goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, and
134.5. That's not too far off of some, like, sim racers' pace, to be honest with you, Mike.
Fastest lap tonight, 129.5 from Kraus. So this is just a fast family, is what I'm going to say, or a fast couple, I guess we should say. Oh, goodness.
Don Donovan having a
yellow
flag.
Oh, hold on, Anna. What a save. Oh, you just got to negotiate the back traffic here. This is going to be Sam ahead of us. So trying to get by is the goal right now. Sam Hirsch needing to maybe yield or keep her foot on it, because to be fair, they are the two quickest drivers on track, so I'd like to see a nice little battle. This is the final lap, though, unfortunately. This race has flown on by, but what a spectacular event. Kraus and Anna coming around the final corner complex now, making the final right-hander, and Anna can take a bow and ignore the cars stranded off to the left-hand side of the track because she has taken victory at the Red Bull Ring.
Don Donovan's partner, Megan, driving it home, will come home in second. Had a bit of a yellow flag moment not too long ago. I thought that was going to allow Lisa Gakassian to catch back up, but unfortunately not for Lisa and the Gakassian family. Don Donovan in second place with Megan, and then Eric Gakassian and Lisa coming in third. Will round out the top three.
And honorary fourth position, well, because it's fifth position, but we don't pay any mind to the GT4s, goes to Bronson Turner, and their other, again, unsure on who that is. It's the only driver we don't know, unfortunately. Sixth position, gonna go to Nate Moore, as well as Ryan Cody. Great drive from Nate. His lap times, 1:46 on the final lap there. So he found himself a bit of pace, a lot of conservative line there through the final corner, but all in all, it's a checkered flag, and every driver that took a checkered flag tonight is a victory in our books. So a great job there from Nate and Ryan. Next to the line is going to be Ronnie and Justin. Ronnie taking the checkered flag for 8th position. Teresa taking the line for 9th, with Spencer alongside, of course. Sam coming home in 11th. I gotta say, this is the driver of the day for me, Sam Hirsch, because for the first stint, she had her issues, gotten a couple contacts, but then again, when she got behind the wheel in the second stint, something just caught on. There was a fire lit under the seat of her pants, and she just dominated lap times, 1:38.4 to finish it off. A strong finish, no doubt. And then we have the Hootmaker coming up next from Tamar Novak, crossing the line. Tamar Novak's mom takes the checkered flag, and last but not least, Jackson will be taking it for 14th position. Not a bad result, and what a race. The friends and family swap never fails to deliver.
Truly was a wonderful time had by all, we hope, and that was an epic 40-minute bout to get it very down to the line.
Certainly was. Why is there a delay now with you, Saagar? That's not supposed to happen. Either way, pay no mind to Saagar's lip delay. I'm not sure why that's happening. I need to get out of the server before my game crashes, don't I? Let's do that. Great job, everybody. Also, for anyone in mind, do not go anywhere, because very shortly we're going to have West Coast Wednesday, aren't we?
Yeah, in just 1 hour's time, we're going to have West Coast Wednesday kickoff. So make sure you stick around for that epic showdown here on Trackalicious. We'll be back in just a few moments' time. Myself and Kuzia Terakov will be hosting that at 8 o'clock.
Indeed. We do have a couple interviews, though, to round the night off, and we'll start off with our third place finisher here tonight. We have Eric and Lisa. I think it's my internet, believe it or not, that's lagging. Wow, who'd have thought? Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Lisa. What a drive.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going, Lisa? Love to talk to you here. Great job in the first stint. I have to say, absolutely crushed it until you got crushed by Anna. It was crushing, you might say.
It was soul crushing, that's for sure. I was probably sadder than I should have been.
Well, you made it back up, though, in the second stint, up until the unforced error. We'll have to obviously address the elephant in the room, or the elephant sitting on the top of your head. Yes, the big contact with the wall. A little too exuberant on the throttle through Schlossgold, huh?
I don't know what happened. It's like out of nowhere. I just spun out of control, it felt like.
I mean, other than that, you were plugging away the consistent lap times all the way. Even Eric came into the chat at one point saying how great of a job you were doing.
Aw, thank you. I tried to concentrate. I kept my drinking for when I was off, so.
Well, at least now you're going to go enjoy some champagne, Lisa. Is there anyone you'd like to thank here before we do move on?
I'll thank the family. Thank Eric. All the support. Let me get all my practice minutes in before the race.
Love to hear it. And of course, thank you as well, Lisa, for allowing Eric to do what he does here at Trackalicious. Everybody in the community appreciates it, and it's fun to see you guys get to actually drive side by side, quite literally now.
Thanks. It was a good time.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
Love to hear it, Lisa. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will talk later.
Thank you. You too.
Next up, we have... Who is this? Who do you think that is, Saagar?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm wondering here. Is this Kraus? I'm wondering if this is Kraus. No, that's not Kraus, because Kraus is now in there. Who is that? Stargazer Lily. What a thank you very much. Subscribe for 2 months now. That's almost a year. My goodness, thank you so much for your continued support here. And great drive, Lily, out there on track as well. It's Dawn Donovan. Okay, there we go. That's who it is. All right, let's go with our second place finisher then here tonight. Dawn Donovan and Megan, right? I think. Let's find out. Dawn Donovan and Megan, correct?
Yes, hi, this is Megan.
Megan, welcome. I'm doing that one off of memory, so I got to give myself a round of applause. Welcome, congratulations on your drive there. Second position, and through this second stint, what happened? You found some pace out of nowhere, I feel.
Yeah, I did. I think before I've never raced with the cars actually on the track with me. So after the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh, just don't hit them, basically. And then the second 10 minutes was a lot easier when I stopped worrying about everybody else.
It definitely seemed like you came into your rhythm because, like I say, the lap times just kept going down, and then consistently, you mentioned you weren't spinning, you weren't hitting anybody. How much practice did you have leading on into this tonight?
I think we did like 4 15-minute sessions throughout the last 2 weeks. But Dawn plays like every day and every night and talks about it a lot. So I kind of understood what I was getting into.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome to hear. Saagar, I tell you what, let me open the floor to you.
No, I've raced with Don Donovan, or I broadcast with Don Donovan at the Degenerate Racing League, and he's done a phenomenal job of keeping it pretty tight in the championship. You must feel pretty proud for him.
Yeah, he's been doing great. Also, it was really fun because I've been watching the DRL streams, so it's just really nice to see everybody make a lot of progress, you know?
I'm absolutely touched that you're a fan of the DRL broadcast as well, because I'm the lead broadcaster over there also, so the voice hopefully sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, you're doing great over there. Also, you give a lot of interesting facts about the track, and I'm like, yes, this is what I'm here for.
Thank you. I picked that all up from my friend Mike Nause over here to the left of me. He's done a phenomenal job of bringing me up to speed and providing me with all those useful tidbits. So thank you so much for the compliment.
Yeah, you guys are doing it. And thank you guys for organizing this. This was really fun. I was super nervous when he mentioned it, and after doing it, I'm like, I would definitely do this again.
Well, that's what we want to hear. That's exactly what we're here for, is to get, like I say, share our passion. As everyone here that drives regularly, obviously we all love sim racing, and we want to show you why we love it so much. So Megan, those are some very kind words, and congratulations again on your second place finish. You made it look easy, to be completely honest, in the second stint. First stint, we don't talk about that one, but no, all in all, great job, Megan, and congratulations on the second place finish, and enjoy the champagne tonight.
Awesome, thank you.
Next up, we have the Kraus himself. It's going to be Jack Kraus, but of course, also with that is going to be... Ah, shoot, not Sam. Oh no. Saagar, help. I've forgotten. Anna, welcome. Anna, it's my mother's name. How could I forget? Anna, welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
Anna, gotta say, first stint, you were driving like a bat out of hell, but you were very fast, very consistent, and I gotta say, when you got into contacts, you didn't look back, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for. How was your first stint? How would you say you ended up driving that when you were out there? Your first 10 minutes on track?
Oh, yeah, it was very, very nerve-wracking.
You made it look easy in the second half, though. In the last 10 minutes, you were plucking away. Did you know that you were the fastest driver on track?
Yeah, I did not know at all.
you were flying by the end. And I don't know, again, one of the other I said it earlier, but there's just a couple of the second stint, for some reason, for the newer drivers, you guys just like looked in your element all the way around. I have to say, Anna, you just drove almost pixel perfect in the second stint, despite the first stint being a bit shaky. What was it that you changed mentally from stint 1 to stint 2?
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think mainly I was really nervous pretty much the whole time. But I think once nobody was around me, I just tried to focus on my lines a lot. And because I did a lot of just individual practice with trying not to run into people, which obviously was not 100% effective in the first stint there. So sorry, Elisa, for that. But overall, once I was allowed to just kind of be by myself and just focus on trying not to spin out, it was fine.
Yeah, you were 2 seconds quicker by the end of the race from anybody else. There was no one even close to your pace by the end. In fact, I think we said it, you were 6 seconds off of the actual fastest lap in general. So if you just kept driving for a little bit longer, I think you actually have quite a competitive career ahead of you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I know I'm at least 5 seconds slower than Jack is, but I got a couple hours in, and if I can put some more in, then we'll see where it goes. And I'll try not to sabotage anybody's race in the future also.
Hey, that's racing, to be fair. And like I said, the way that you take it, that's the way that it goes. And you took it like a champion. You made the contact, and then you didn't look backwards, which I, again, have a tremendous amount of respect for.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. This was very, very nerve-wracking, but lots of fun. And I really was glad that you guys put this together. It was really, really fun.
Well, I'm glad. It sounds like everyone had a great time out there, which is that's the whole goal of this, right? We're not here to have a nice competitive race. We're here to have a good time all the way around. And Anna, hats off to you. Congratulations to both you and Jack, of course. And enjoy some champagne for the rest of your night, because you've won. You've won a race, Anna. You took the checkered flag. You're only as good as your last race. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, but you are officially a race winner.
Well, thank you. It's hard for me to resist just calling it quits now,
That's what I did. My last race was a win, and I haven't raced in over 2 years now. So yes, you could join my books as well. Come on to the commentary team. No, I'm kidding. No, but thank you very much, Anna. And congratulations on your victories tonight, and have a great rest of your evening.
Yeah, thank you so much. You too. I appreciate it.
Now, folks, with that, the conclusion. And also, Adam Strange has subscribed for 7 months. It is on a 7-month streak. My goodness, that's almost a year, Adam. Thank you so much for your continued support, you absolute legend. Sabotage makes things interesting, he says, Saagar. I think that's a good one to end on tonight, honestly.
That's a good token to end on. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you very much for all the love and support. And thank you so much to the partners, friends, mothers that are out there driving out there tonight. You guys put on a heck of a show. Thank you so much for the love and support. Until next time, stay safe out there.
Indeed, we're going to be raiding, folks, but we are also going to be back in 1 hour from now. We have West Coast Wednesday not returning. It's been here for a while now, but it's on tonight. So be here if you are not in the race, because why wouldn't you be? Either way, folks, we're going to raid Jake Wells. So let's go over and say hi to him, and hopefully he doesn't have any technical difficulties this time, as like we cursed him on the last stream. But with that, folks, I thank every single one of the drivers for showing up, and of course the other drivers as well. The family swap is always a great time. We're here just to show our passion for the folks that maybe don't get to experience it as much, or at least don't get to drive in terms of the sim racing. It's different. It's a niche hobby. We recognize that as sim racers, and we thank all of you guys for putting up with us. And with that, folks, we're going to end that here tonight. Be back in an hour, West Coast Wednesday. I hope everyone has a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you, and good night.